Alright guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be updating one of my very old guides about what are the best hunter pets for leveling in Fresh Classic WoW. So I want to add some new information and also add a little bit about what are the best pets for the hardcore challenge. So first of all, we'll do a little bit of a pet analysis of all the best pets, all of their benefits and disadvantages against each other. Then we'll go on a taming path for each individual race in the game. So what pets to tame in what order while you're leveling up, and then we'll take that a little bit further with an ability taming path. Because it's important to keep your pet abilities upgraded, and you don't get them from the trainer, you actually get them from taming pets in the open world. So the three most important things when it comes to speed leveling is, first of all, the enemy kill time. How fast does the pet kill the target? Your sustainability, obviously, and also your intercept time. How fast does a pet actually get into combat in the first place? The faster he gets into combat, the faster that target's going to die, which means overall you're going to level faster. Now there's three main intercept abilities in the game: dash, charge and dive. Now dash is only available at level 32 from a Stranglethorn Tiger. Charge is available obviously from boars, but only Alliance really have access to those boars because those boars are in Alliance zones, and it would take a Horde player ages to go and tame the boars in order to unlock charge. So boars aren't really the best option for a Horde player unless you do want to make that very long trip to Loch Modan. And then you also have dive, which is unlocked by owls and carrion birds later on at level 30. By the way guys, by far the fastest way to level up in Fresh Classic is going to be using a high quality leveling guide made by the world record holding speed levelers in the game. If you don't believe me, when Fresh Classic launches, you can try out the Residic Speed leveling guide free all the way up until level 30. It's right now on Curse clients, and you're thinking about buying the full guide, be sure to use my link in the description for a little cheeky discount. So let's talk about the boar. He has a very fast intercept time with the charge. Charge also boosts the first melee hit that he does, and it means he generates a lot of really nice early aggro. It's very hard to pull aggro off a boar. He's also very tanky, so he requires less healing, which means he can keep pumping for longer. Oh, and he eats absolutely everything. He will even eat pork ribs. The only problem with the boar is he has a 10% damage debuff, which means he does less damage than most other pets. Now we have the cat. At level 32, he has a very fast intercept time with a dash ability. He has a 10% damage buff, which means he actually does 20% more damage than a boar. He also has two damaging abilities, bite and claw, which means he will focus dump more, and just overall means he will do more damage, especially with the frenzy talent in the beast mastery tree, because they have an increased chance to proc frenzy. So basically he'll have a chance to proc frenzy from basic attacks, bite and claw, whereas for instance a boar will only have main attacks and bite. The downside to a cat is he's a little bit more squishy than the boar. He has less armor and less health, and obviously charge is actually a little bit faster than dash, but I would argue that the 20% extra damage and the extra damaging ability will make up for that in the long term, because he will kill enemies much faster than a boar. So here's a little summary. The cat is better than the boar at level 32 when he does unlock dash. So what you'll want to do is get a boar until level 32 and then switch to a cat and then call it a day. Unfortunately we can't do that, because unfortunately for the Horde they don't have access to charge until level 26 when they do RFK. I mean, a Horde can go and get charge rank 2 at about level 13, but he's going to have to walk all the way to the wetlands, and on a PvP server that could potentially be quite problematic. But by all means, if you want to, do the journey, then go and do it. But personally, if I was a Horde player, I would just go for a cat instead, especially as there's some pretty cool looking lions in the Barrens. Now I want to talk quickly about the hardcore challenge, because when you're doing the hardcore challenge you care less about, speed leveling and more about actually staying alive. And this is why the ability Screech is, very sought after, because what it will do is reduce the melee damage of everyone nearby. At rank 1 it's 25 less damage, and then at rank 2 it's 50, so it is quite significant, and it is obviously an AoE effect. Unfortunately, It's easier to gain access to the Screech ability on the Alliance side. You can get a Carrion Bird from Westfall, and that would be the best option in my opinion. The Carrion Bird does a little less damage than the Owl, but he has 2 focus dump abilities, Bite and Claw. If I was doing a challenge on the Horde side, I'd definitely go for a Bear, because he's very tanky, but also has 2 focus dumping abilities, so his damage is still quite nice. So let's go through the taming paths for each and every race in the game that can be a hunter. First of all, we have the Night Elf, so it's important early on to get certain abilities before you tame your main pet. So first of all, you're going to get the Webwood Silk Spinner for your Bite, then you're going to get the Stridger Hunter for your Claw, and then you're going to get your Elder Night Saber, just because it's the highest level Night Saber that you can get, and then teach both of those abilities to the Night Saber. The Night Saber will simply be the best damage option until, later you're going to go to Loch Modan and get a boar instead. I'd recommend getting the Elder Mountain Boar. And then, obviously at level 32, you go for the Stranglethorn Tiger. But you shouldn't be restricted to these pets, you just have to tame these pets to get their abilities. You can just transfer all these abilities to a preferred look of a certain pet, like you might prefer the Panther or something like that. You can just transfer all these abilities to the Panther. Now for the Dwarves, early on when you're level 10, you just get any boar, but just make sure to tame a Forest Lurker and a Mangy Mountain Boar to upgrade Bite and Claw. Then you keep that boar until you can unlock the Stranglethorn Tiger at level 32. So for the Orc Control, at level 10 you're going to get the Encrusted Surf Crawler, mainly just get Claw rank 2, then you get the Savannah Huntress to get Bite, and then later you get the Oasis Snapjaw for the next rank up of Bite. And then you can just use any tiger that you want until you get to 32, and then you need to get Dash from the Stranglethorn Tiger, then you can just transfer that back to your original tiger. And when I say tiger, I obviously mean cat. You can go for, lions or anything you want. For the Tauren at level 10, you want to get the Prairie Wolf Alpha, has the best rank of Bite, low level. Then you want to get the Scorpid for your higher rank of Claw, and then you just give that to any tiger, and again, just keep that until level 32. So now let's move on to our pet taming path for when it comes to ranking up pet abilities. Now what I've decided to do, guys, you don't need me to talk all the way through these. I'm just going to screenshot these and then put them on a Google Drive document, and I'll link that in the description below. As you can see on the page here, we've got the path of what pets to tame in order to keep a Bite ranked up, and then we have Claw here, and then we have Dash, because it's obviously important to get better ranks of Dash actually, because the speed increase will increase at higher ranks. And then you've also got, I think Dash was there as well, and then you've also got Charge, for the low levels. And that is pretty much it, guys. So now I will in the future, probably in a few days, I'll make the exact same video for this, but for raid pets. But anyway, guys, my name is Goblin. To my next video, ciao.